This is Dabu7. We now have power grid operators across the country warning of potential rolling blackouts here throughout the summer as things start to heat up and there's a higher cooling demand. They're saying that the grid is not going to have enough power to meet the demands. Now, this is going to be kind of shocking to some, but to others, we've seen this coming. Now, every state out there has a different set of rules as to how they're dealing with stuff. Texas, different than California. California, for instance, has people set up on solar. Even if they have the solar, if the lights go out, they're still in the dark because they grid tied and they were not allowed to just go off on their own with solar. A lot of people get the solar just in case if the lights go out, they still have power. But if you're in a place like California, it's going to force you to grid tie. That's not going to be possible. You're still going to get left in the dark. So things to think about when it comes down to the state and state laws right out the gate. Now beyond that, we have the water issue out west, which if Lake Mead continues down the path that it's going, not only is there going to be no water for millions of people, but that creates electricity at that dam as well. There's going to be no power. Look at Texas. Texas has already been dealing with multiple issues. Its grid got hit with an ice storm, and then the last heat wave, it's seen problems as well. They're now saying across the board for every state, expect this to be the case, with rolling blackouts being the norm. And this is crazy because they go beyond this, not just to say that this is going to be the norm, but they say that there's going to be supply gaps that could leave millions of people without power during peak hours. So during peak hours, the hottest days of the summer, you could expect people are going to get left in the dark with no power, no AC. Now, they're saying that there's an imbalance on the grid already at this point, and it's going to take several years to balance this out. And some people haven't even seen a blackout yet. We're not even into summer. Yet this is the alert, this is the heads up. I'm going to leave links below. Join me for the live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Hit that subscribe button for more. It's been Dabu7.
Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the elect. Those in the gospel brother from the perspective of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Real quick, it's just a spirit. Lord's will to be edifying. Coming to you back in the spirit of prophecy, which, you know, the men of Great Millstone, we put emphasis on prophecy because we believe we're the prophets. Okay, so we are to speak these things and we are to call them out and filter them through the precepts of the scriptures because that's what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai said. Okay, he said, David said, through thy precepts do I get understanding. So when you connect the dots to world events and you line them up with Bible prophecy, then they start to make sense, you know, and that's how you formulate the picture, because prophecy is a scattered, the book is a scattered puzzle that needs to be pieced together, and the only people that can do that is the men of the Lord. Okay, not you Christians, not you Seventh-day Adventists, none of you people that believe that you have some type of divine inspiration. Okay, that's not your lot. Anyway, it says here, power grid operators warn of potential electricity shortages amid transition to clean energy. How the hell you gonna have an electricity shortage when you have power from the sun? Which shows you that these things are all planned and propagated because Esau wants to get his NWO up and going. And he's using whatever means necessary to cripple this economy and this society so people can bow down and take the Karagman, man. Okay, videos came out and I thought about going into it. I may do a video on it, Lord's will, if the Spirit is on me. But basically, with the shortage of baby formula, you know, the Enfamil, the Similac, all the chemical enhanced milk and wheat products that you women, mainly you women of color, feed your kids. Okay, they have a shortage in that now. All right, and now, you know, the women of color are panicking, but according to the scriptures say that rise up, you women that are at ease. Okay, so now the Most High is reaching out and showing you, because he's getting ready to touch you women. Okay, and it's going to trickle on down until the point that there's nothing left of this place, you know. And hey, the men of the Lord have been warning you. Okay, so this power outage, this power grid, when the lights go out here, that's when you can expect a purge type scenario, because hey, they just said we had a power outage for 6 months non-stop. and yet food is scarce, okay? Water is scarce. These people are gonna go batshit crazy. I mean, nobody is gonna be safe, man, because I mean, that's when the house to house, the military, okay, and that's when regular citizens are gonna be on the prowl looking to kill people, man. Okay, so it says power grid operators across the U.S. warned that power generating capacity struggles to keep up with demand, and a worrying sign ahead of summer where heat waves can lead to rolling blackouts. And right now we're in the midst of a somewhat heat wave. Okay, it is 95 degrees today. It was 94 yesterday. It's going to be 94 tomorrow, 92 Thursday, followed by thunderstorms, which is going to get us back down in the 70s. But the whole point about it is we were just in the 60s last week, and all of a sudden now we're back in the 90s. Okay, we didn't have a spring. It went from straight from winter to summer. Okay, and it looked like that's going to be the case, because who knows what's going to happen at the next week. But they're saying that these high temperatures, which Esau is spraying this shit in the air to throw everything off, to kill the crops, because one thing about crops, they need to have a balance. They need to have just as much as cold and warm and hot weather for it to thrive. But when you have no balance, you just got straight cold and all the way hot and no rain, your crops are going to be pretty much, it's going to be a shortage, man. All right, so it says here, the Mid-Continent Independent System Operator, or MISO, operating in 15 states across the U.S. Central Region, said last month that capacity shortages this summer due to soaring summer demand may result in outages. It says last Friday, California Independent System Operator, or California ISO, outlined energy shortfalls this summer because of the heats and wildfires. It says if you didn't cut down the sycamore trees, you wouldn't have that problem. But it says Texas over the weekend saw triple digits. Now, the thing with this is everything is on a grid. And see, this is what Esau gets slick at, man. And he knows this. He knows that he's manufacturing electricity and then he's selling it through these particular providers like KCP&L, Commonwealth Edison, you know, and that's just to name a few. Okay, whatever respective power company or light company you have in your respective city, that's what Esau is outsourcing this energy harbor through, and you're paying top dollar for it. Okay, so now energy prices, and this is just another way to raise your bill skyrocket, so you can get on what they call a smart meter. Because with a smart meter, they promise you cheaper prices, but what they don't tell you is the fact that they're controlling it. Okay, when they ration things out, when they feel that you're consuming too much electricity or gas or whatever you want to call it, what they do, they put a cap on it, man. Same thing with the water meters, man. Once you have a cap on your water meter, you can only use so much hot water before they start to dish out. Okay, and it's Esau trying to control the narrative, and this is what's happening. All right, but this is Bible prophecy, man. All right, but it says in some portions of the state, through grid stability, it was maintained through several power plants being offline for maintenance. It says the WJS explains grid instability and increased risk of power shortages this summer comes as fossil fuels, sure, power plants are being retired more quickly than they can be replaced by renewable energy and battery storage. Okay, like there was this one power plant I used to work at back in the day out here. It's called Nearman Power Plant, and I've seen how they manufacture electricity through cold and pure water. Okay, it's very interesting on how they did it, how they preserved it. But now they're shutting these plants down, which I believe Nearman is probably like one of the only ones that's operating in the country. But the rest of them, Quindaro, they shut them down, okay, because they're trying to get over to this whole new synthetic energy when they control everything. Okay, and walking in that power plant, man, you know, we had to have this fireproof clothing on. So that means that the uniforms we wore, they were at 40 to 50 degrees on top of the temperature already. So when I was upstairs cleaning the top floor, because everybody knows heat traverses from the top to the bottom, the top floor will always be the warmest in the summertime and the coldest in the winter. Okay, the basement always the coolest because it's underground, so to speak. But we was in there and we'd be cleaning the top floor up, man, and it's literally already 100 degrees in that place because of the machines. But yet we got on clothing, it's easily 180 degrees, and by the time I'm done cleaning the floors or whatever, man, I'm sweating and drenched. Okay, which is good to sweat because toxins are released, but nonetheless, man, you ain't hydrated enough. I got to take 2-3 bottles of water, and it takes me about 45 minutes to do that damn thing. You know, so right there it shows you. But nonetheless, Esau Edom, man, he's playing with the narrative here. But it says things are not working as planned in the green economy, like Obama had that going green bullshit. But it says as power grids are becoming unstable by the retirement of fossil fuel power plants with unstable renewables. It says the transition isn't as smooth as climate change modelers One suggested as grid stability worsens and millions of Americans could be subjected to blackouts this summer as cooling demand soars during heat waves as grids won't have enough power to meet demand. Okay, well, to show you shouldn't have no damn power grid, man. Okay, because you're already overloading it by putting too much energy through it. So regardless of the real solar power is from the sun. Okay, the real gases and shit and energy is from the earth. Why are we paying for it? Why? Because Esau is a damn devil. He's the devil that the Bible talks about, man. All right. So anyway, I got 2 precepts real quick, kind of pressed for time. So Lord's will, you know, this is edifying. But this is the book of Sirach, the 39th chapter. And I'm going to start at verses 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High is occupied in the meditation thereof, and will seek out wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Okay. Now, our videos, we follow that sentiment because we do push the law, statutes, and commandments. We're seeking out the wisdom of the ancient. That's why we read about King David, Jehu, okay, Jonathan, Zerubbabel the high priest, okay, Yahweh Bashim, well, Yahweh Shai, first and foremost, okay, Moses, Aaron, okay, and just to name a few men of the Lord. This is why we learn about our ancient histories, our ancestors, man. Okay, Samuel, Eli, etc. All right, and it says, and he will keep the sayings of renowned men, and where the subtuperals are, he will be there also, right? And this is a subtuperal, okay, the MOTB, because though it's plain, people don't understand it. And it says, and he will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables, which the dark parables are the prophecies, man. Okay, this society being destroyed by ICBM nuclear fire. Okay, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai coming to deliver the elect through who you call UFOs, which are the chariots of the Most High, or the chariots of God, or the chariots of Yasharallah, which is Israel, which means he is the prince of the power. Okay, and it says he shall serve among great men and appear before princes, and he will travel through strange countries. For we have tried good and the evil among men, and that's what Apostle Paul did. Okay, so this is the reason why we speak the prophecies of the Bible, man. Okay, and this blackout, this grid shortage, this is nothing more but a prophecy that the Most High is going to bring to pass, man. Okay. So this is the last precept here, and I got to get up out of here. But this is the book of Exodus 10, going into the 3 days of darkness. And this is going to commence here in Babylon. Okay, but it's going to be more than 3 days. Okay, this can be possibly 6 months, 7 months. Who knows? Okay, because I'm thinking once the food shortages come, when they cut the internet, I believe that they're going to cut the power. And I believe that it's going to be pretty much dark throughout all Jacob's trouble. With, you know, power here and there, people going, you know, corporations and so forth. People with their generators and their grids and shit, but nonetheless, it's going to be pretty much dark out here, and that's when you're going to see the 4th dimension really partake in this place. That's when a lot of strange apparitions are going to pop up, because the Most High is going to merge that 4th dimension with this current dimension that we're in, which is the 3rd dimension, and you're going to see all types of crazy shit out here, you know. But anyway, this is the book of Exodus 10 and 21. It says, and Yahweh said to Moses, stretch out thy hand towards heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. Okay, and what it's talking about being felt is those spirits, those demons, man. Okay, those apparitions. It says, and Moses stretched forth his hand towards heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. And you can read about that in Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 16 and 17. Okay, it was so dark to the point of you to put your hand before your face, you couldn't see it. It says, and they saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days, but all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. Okay, because we was in the land of Goshen. Okay, but anyway, brothers, man, Salaki, I'm gonna end it there, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom, Shalom.